Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton.
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
Inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for Feedback,
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
I'm James Ford, founder of the Obama Weekend, and a partner of the Hood Research Team, composed of the knowledgeable Theo Broughton, the super analyst Henry, and the colorful Al Martin. This team discusses politics, seen and not seen, at the national, state, and local level. But to enhance the goals of this team, join or donate to Hood Research by visiting Twitter or Facebook, or visit hoodresearch.org, or call 248-234-2371. You can also join Hood Research on Phonecast every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by calling 978-990-5000, access code 338729. Thank you very much.
Happy Monday, everybody. Oh, it's getting warmer and warmer. And not so warm this morning, but thank you so much for tuning in to Feedback, the positive image production by Hood Research. My name is Theo Broughton, co-founder of Hood Research, and we welcome you and my co-host.
Thabiti Mpinda, and we welcome you to the program.
I want to say happy Monday to all of you out there who tune in with us each and every Monday. You know, there's some people you may want to say hey to.
First shout out of most important for me is welcome back to your city, my sister Ava, who's here visiting from South Carolina.
All
So
right.
definitely give her a shout out. And for Fred for looking out for our homes, his mother, Jackie, Ruth Ann, and I want to say Keith Hines, brother, Professor Griggs, and Katrina. Thank you for the Palestinian scarf. I wear it proudly.
Yeah.
And as I always say, as you see, have your pen and paper handy because we're going to have stuff you want to write down. And don't try to remember it because I'm not that good myself.
Oh, man. Happy Monday to Sister Charlene and Sister Fedora and to Ron and Carl. We're still waiting on you, Carl, to come and sit in with us. I want to say hello to Barbara, a new viewer, and also to Eric, a new viewer as well. And, it's really nice, the meeting when we have the opportunity to go to the various meetings and meet so many people out in the community who tune in to us. We always say here on the programs is either feast or famine, and today we are expecting guests, Tawana Morris, to talk about the Brady phenomenon that's going on, and as you see, I'm wearing orange, and orange is representing nonviolence, and she'll talk about that. And when there's a gentleman, we were hoping that he would come, Mr. Wright, because we share whenever we hear about jobs that are taking place. We want to let you know about those as well. And also tomorrow is the Detroit Public School Board meeting, and it's now at Martin Luther King High School on Lafayette. And you need to be there before 5:30 if you would like to speak with the board or the superintendent. And so that's tomorrow, which is June the 10th. Now about the employment, do you have that information by any chance, would you?
Yes, and I hope you have your pen and paper handy, but if not, fear not, because I'll give this number again. Mm-hmm. The gentleman's name is Alfred Wright, and that's Wright spelled like the Wright brothers, Wright, Alfred Wright. The phone number is area code 313-704-7160. Again, that's area code 313-704-7160. Now, this is for jobs. When you call, you should be able to find all the available information and inquiry that you may have. And even if this isn't for you, you may be employed or maybe retired, but this could be beneficial to someone else. So, you pass along to neighbors, family members. Some children are graduating or have graduated, I should say, from high school now. And some of them not really sure which way they're going. Some have obviously enrolled or have been accepted into colleges, but others are trying to find their way. So, again, the number is area code 313-704-7160, and ask to speak to Alfred Wright.
Mm-hmm. And if you out there have any information about employment that is available at some other companies, feel free to call in and share it with us so that others can hear about that as well.
An employed person is someone who has accepted the responsibility of being an adult and wants to do something with themselves. I was talking with some family members over the weekend, and I was a little dismayed that a couple of family members who they are adults, and so I'm saying this to any and all of you, don't be an adult and ask another adult to take care of you. Get out and get it for yourself, because there's one thing about it. Once you start developing the mindset of being responsible, that carries over into every aspect of your life. Mm-hmm. And I think that's critical, because it teaches you how to fend for yourself, how to be financially literate, which is one thing that my granddaughter told me she's now going to be a senior in high school, and she's just overwhelmed with joy. I'm a senior. I'm happy for her too. She knows that this is the last turn before she gets ready to get out and get into the real world of college, etc. So again, we want to develop within people the idea of being responsible, because you are moving into adulthood. It's no more dead mom feeding you, at least not for too long. Mm-hmm. I have to tell this story real quick, Theo. Some of you may remember the name of Tom Pope. He was a nationally syndicated talk show host. Mm-hmm. And I remember something he said. He said to him, his younger brother and sister, the father took them out into the backyard. Mm-hmm. He had just graduated from high school. Mm-hmm. He said the father had brought a plate, and in front of the three of them, he said his father broke the plate and said, "You won't be eating here no more. So you got to do something." And he said he saw the tears in his brother and sister's eyes, because they knew they were next, once they graduated. Ooh. But his father gave him that harsh, let's say, reality check and said, like, you're a man, you're going to have to go to the service, you're going to have to go to school, but you got to do something, because you won't be eating here no more.
Oh, my goodness.
Don't let that happen to you.
I know, that's right. That good grief. Oh man, I that's amazing.
But he went on to do wonderful things in the career choice he chose. Yeah. So again, after that first day that you can say, I don't have to get up and go to school, that's when you got to get up and start looking for employment, seeking to. And Wayne County Community College is one thing I have to say. We always try to push, because it's right here locally. And Theo taught me this, and I've told this to family members and others, that, don't necessarily want to go to a 4-year college right off the rip, because it's going to be expensive if you don't have some type of grants, scholarships, etc. Mm-hmm. Start off at a 2-year college, Wayne County Community College, we push, and then move on and transfer your credits to a 4-year institution. You saved a lot of money during that 2 years. You get your associates as well, then go on and work towards your bachelor. One of my sisters did that. And I think your daughter as well, Theo.
Did that. Yes, she did. And and in addition to that, there are classes that professors from Wayne County Community College teach in the high school, Detroit Public High School. So some of the students even get a head start like that. They're taking college courses, So that cuts down on the time, I suppose, that for them to finish a four years of education by having classes. And I have two grandchildren who actually did that. They went to DPS and they took classes there from Wayne County Community College.
And I push that as well because along with Theo's two grandchildren, my granddaughter also took a dual enrollment, as they call it, where she took classes. One thing I will say, they kind of felt a little pressured, but I think the experience was that the college professors used to teaching adults, basically. So coming into a high school setting, he still had his ways of understandably teaching as if he were teaching college students. But I told her, I said, well, look at it as a preparation, because once you go to Wayne County Community College after you graduate, at least you'll know how it's structured, how instructors work. And so this is like a preview.
Yes. There are a lot of problems with this current president and co-president. However, there are still some things that our children can benefit from if they just seek out. I mean, there's just so much information. And also, there's grant money. There's the Pell Grant, which comes, through the state. But there are other scholarships. And if the students will begin to seek out, they'll find that going through the 4-year institutions, 4 years of college education using Wayne County Community College and then transferring over, they'll find out that it's a lot easier for them.
That's an excellent point, Theo, and I want to say that it's important to seek because there are grants for so many crazy things, and one of them I happened to hear about, and this is years ago, is that if you're left-handed, they get grants for left-handed students. Now, my granddaughter has to be left-handed. I haven't looked into it yet, but there's so many different areas that you can qualify in. If you don't seek, you won't find. It just doesn't. It's like I heard somebody say, if you want a job is not going to come to your door and knock on your door and say, hey, I'm a job. Do you want me? You got to go seek it. And that is our responsibility. And with the phones now, and I encourage all ages, you got a computer, as Theo would say, right in your hands. So, you can look up about what Beyonce and Jay-Z doing, or you can look up of job opportunities.
Hey.
But do something to your benefit. Don't let entertainment or indulging in somebody else's reality show be your reality.
Well, we kept hearing that the co-president, Elon Musk, is the richest man in the world, but it seems that he's slipping because of the sweep, the grand sweep, what do they call it? When he came into the offices of the federal government, saying that he was going to cut out waste and fraud, and I'm like, what? And after being there and going into each of the offices, and what I thought was kind of interesting was the destruction of the personal information of employees, name, social security number, address, that kind of thing. And once that was done, then they would come back later and they were saying, oh, well, we shouldn't have done that because that's the only person that has the key to get into the room and what?
Foolishness.
Exactly. Yeah. So anyway, the general public had just had enough. So they started trading in their Tesla cars, which happens to be the car promoted by co-president Elon Musk. And the other thing, if there were people who were going to purchase them, they did not. I think they remembered when there was the, oh man, who was it? These folks went and they were protesting. And they have, so far, let me see, they stopped buying stock. That was other thing I was trying to think of. They trade in their Teslas, and they're not buying new Teslas. So a lot of profit has been lost in that area. And it got so bad that the board of the Tesla company told him if he didn't come back and try to straighten this out, they were just going to X him. That was the end of that. So supposedly that's the reason that he's leaving the White House in Washington, D.C., etc. And then he is in bad shape. He is just bad. It's just bad shape.
And he had lost $100 billion as a result of some of the things that were implemented by T. Rump. And again, with the Tesla not selling, they were damaging dealerships and also people who had Tesla cars who didn't care one way or another. They just wanted a car, but their cars were damaged as a result of Muskrat's just sweeping cuts like a butcher. It wasn't surgical. It was like a butcher. He just cut. And so a lot of that, and of course many of you already know as well that there was a rift that they're trying to fix now between T. Rump and Muskrat because their feud went public, and they were going back and forth, and Muskrat said, hey, I might not send my SpaceX up to the space station and drop no food off if you act wrong. And then T. Rump says, well, we're looking at canceling some of the not projects, but some of the contracts that Tesla has. Well, Muskrat or Tesla in general has for like the SpaceX, and there was another thing. So then they realized their lovers' feud was going public, and they had to kind of back off of it. And then Muskrat claimed, well, T. Rump's, how did he put it? His name appears in the Jeffrey Epstein files over 100 times. So although T. Rump wants to say he didn't have anything or didn't know him well, we know otherwise. But of course, what do you expect from a liar but more lies?
Mm-hmm. And then to add insult to injury, then the co-president must let out in the public that the reason the Epstein, am I pronouncing his name right?
Yep.
Epstein's files are still classified is because the current President Trump is written about in those files, and that he had apparently been on the plane and flown to the island where they had the little sex objects. They had young girls, real young girls.
Pedophiles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and one of the things we've known from past documents that have been presented to the public after they've been scrutinized by whoever does the scrutinization, we noticed that there's a term that we had to come to learn, which was being redacted. So there's so many lines that are blacked out. All you're looking at is words like the, and, but, however. But information-wise, there's no information. It's just a collage of nonsense. that you can't make head or tails of. So, and part of the reason of this show is the motto is of Hood Research: people would do better if they knew better, or at least they have the opportunity to do better if they know better. Some people will continue to do things, smoke, even though on the side of the cigarette package it says this can do, COPD, emphysema, lung damage. But the information is there for you to be able to latch on to and then do something with. Now, the question is, will you take the initiative? Because it's easy to know something, but taking initiative is a voluntary and a willful act. And a lot of people just don't do it.
It's interesting that you have people who have been fortunate enough to gain a more than a decent living, I guess you would say, and then they just get what is that term? Drunk with power.
Yes.
Yeah, and they want to throw their weight around and all. And I remember the election last year when co-president Elon Musk went to Wisconsin. Wisconsin. And he was giving out $100 bills, and he was giving out over here and over there, and he was giving out more and all. And the persons that they in Wisconsin wanted to win won. Elon Musk was not successful in trying to buy the election. And then after that, I was not the clerk, but the mayor. Anyways, came out and was thanking him, that he came, that he donated money and all that. But he was donating money only to the people he wanted to win. So he said, well, I have to tell you, thank you, it didn't work.
That's interesting that he failed, because there's some times that T. Rump himself has endorsed people to, went there politically to endorse certain people, and those people fail, and then T. Rump happens to say, well, it's not my fault, but he never takes the blame for anything. So let us not be fooled.
I know. And right now, it appears that the huge protest that is going on by people who object to the way that Trump is throwing people out of the country, no matter what papers they have to prove otherwise, it doesn't matter. He just won't out. In my opinion, that's happening because he is trying to sneak around and convince the Republicans who are in the majority that they should pass this budget. Now, Elon Musk has already said the budget is horrible and everybody who is somebody should reject it. He's already said that. And on the streets of Los Angeles, there were just hundreds and hundreds of supporters who are upset because people are being hijacked, kidnapped, whatever other word you want to put there. And now that this protest is going on, he thought, well, now I can get the National Guard out. I can get the military. My Marines are coming. So it's time for us to take a break. Refresh your orange juice, your milk, your coffee, and we will be back momentarily.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist, a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallnut.
Wally Wallnut here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Solomon Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you. Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the
chew
that's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the chew germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback. And we are back. I hope you had enough time to refresh your orange juice and your coffee and milk and to call someone. We appreciate those who tune in each Monday. Thank you so much again. And when we were leaving off was a conversation about the protest that's taking place in Los Angeles, California. You know, the president does not like the governor of California. And that accounts for the way he acts, you know, kind of like, I don't know. Well, there should not have been any need for the president to call anybody. He was not in the helpful mood, shall we say, when the last protesters went to the Capitol, went through the tunnels and their housing paraphernalia, and he said nothing. Turned around and blamed it on Nancy Pelosi. We had 5 officers who ended up dead because of the January 6th fiasco. They ended up dead. That was an uneasy, unnecessary happen of events. And he was behind it, I believe, meaning the president was behind the January the 6th fiasco.
And he actually told, if some of you remember, because they played it enough on television, that he more or less instigated the situation by saying, I will meet you down there at the Capitol building, which he was told not to go later on. But he sent his legion down there with a lot of venom inside of their spirits to do something. And of course, they brought a gallows to hang Mike Pence. Two of them, and one for Nancy Pelosi. And there was no guards called out. Even his daughter, who has distanced herself from him in terms of this second election, but even she was on record as saying that he didn't do right. But I guess this time, and then of course her and her husband Jared, they've made hundreds of millions of dollars with their behind the scenes, let's say, business negotiation with some of the negative elements of politics of other countries. But the point is that they distanced themselves from it because they knew that what he did was wrong. And what baffles me is how some of these Republicans, they just scared to death of saying anything. They know that they don't want to have people up at their house, because I call them MAGA maniacs. And we do have a caller. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
How you guys? Excuse me. How you guys doing, Mr. Cummings? How you guys doing over there?
Fantastic. And you? That's my.
I'm well. I just wanted to let everybody know that we streaming live on the Hood Research page, streaming live on Brother Kabibi's Facebook page, my Facebook page, and of course R.J. Watkins' Facebook page. So get on out there, folks. Check in on the show and let everybody know you watching and viewing and listening.
And we appreciate those eyes on us, brother, and the acknowledgement.
Yes, indeed. How you guys doing this morning?
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. And glad to know that we're in spring and it's getting a lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely warming up. I'm going to let you guys go. Everybody check in and let everybody know how you feel. There's a lot going on in the world. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it for sure.
All right, Brother Kabir.
All right. Take care, brother. Good hearing your voice.
Likewise.
And those numbers at the bottom of the screen, you can take advantage of them too and call in. We know we have quite a few viewers who we run into in the streets and in other meetings and locations who say they watch the show, but a lot of times they just listen for the information. So we want to give you an opportunity. What's going on where you live? What do you want? And let's be mindful that this is the year for the mayoral election, and you really need to be finding out, because there are a lot of candidates who cover a lot of ground right now, and it's kind of hard to pick and choose. Now, in a couple of weeks, we're going to have a guest on who happens to be my granddaughter. She was a host at one of the recent forums that the mayors were able to participate in, and they came and spoke to, she's a high school student, so they came and spoke to the students after the questions and answers from the audience and their presentation or whatever their platform, might be, or their vision for the city of Detroit. So I would just like to say that we would like to have you all, your voters. Okay, some of you are just graduating from high school. You're 18 now. You're able to vote. She can't vote yet, but the point is that you need to be ready ahead of time. There's a saying, I don't think it's that old, Theo, that they say, if you be ready, you don't have to get ready. And so be ready now. Don't wait. And then when election time comes, because there's going to be a primary, we're going to winnow it down to just 2 candidates from the 8, 9, or however it may be. And then from those 2, they go on to battle for the position of mayor. The thing is you need to know, instead of going eeny, meeny, miny, mo, or even worse, you don't vote at all, make sure you're registered. And we have another caller.
All right.
Here we go. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please?
WHPR TV 33, live streaming on my computer. Silverado. How y'all doing?
Oh, very good. Thank you so much.
I can hear y'all better on the phone than I can through my little computer.
Oh.
But Listen, I just wanted to share some information for those who might be interested in community health worker. They're doing a training. This is a state program. They got about $3 million, and they helping people that want to train to be community health workers. What you will be doing is just sharing resources with your community. You can work in hospitals, schools, community-based, churches. It's a wide variety of where you can work. And again, you're sharing resources to help your community live a healthy life. You share housing, transportation, health insurance. So all you're doing is fueling your community with resources to help them navigate through healthy living. I'm going through the Wayne State Academy, but you can just look up community health workers and find out. They give you the information on what the duties are. You can be an entrepreneur, or you can work part-time. The pay is like $20 to $50 an hour. So once you get registered and if you get selected, then you go to the training for certification, which takes about 96 weeks with this program. Now, other programs might be different because Tawana introduced it to me about a year ago, and she said she did it for 2 months. So she's working with, Medicaid patients or, recipients, but it's just something that you can tell. 18 and over can get involved in on this training while this money is here, because they got about $3 million. Wayne State did. So I don't have a phone number, but all I could say or repeat is community health worker. It's a state program, so it's in Wayne County, and I believe it's in Oakland County. So they can either Google the information and get involved in the registration.
Number for Wayne State.
Because the class that I'm doing, it starts in August. That's if you get selected. So I'm praying I get selected. Also, you can volunteer if you don't want to work for pay.
Yeah. Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and then I like it because I can have a database full of resources to share, because I share anyway. So, hey.
And what I'm going to do for the viewers and listeners, when we go to our next break, I'm going to make it a point to see if I can put in community health workers. And I'll repeat that again for those of you who may have your phones handy now. Community health workers, if you put in a Google search for that, it can help you narrow down your search. And as Sly Soul said, you might be working in hospitals, schools, churches, etc. The pay is from $20 to $50 an hour, and you have to be 18 years old and up. So, again, here's another opportunity for employment and to gain valuable work experience. You can't go wrong with work experience because it sets the stage for every other step that you take in your life moving forward.
Yeah, to be the Community Health Worker Certification Program. Yeah, pull it up like that. Community Health Worker Certification Program.
Okay, I'm
so
gonna.
they can get the details. Yeah.
Okay, and I hope you all got that. Community Health Workers Certification Program. If you put that in, again, there are those who have graduated from high school who may not be going or college bound. This is an opportunity for you to add something to your resume. And that's the most important thing. While students are in high school, I have to say my granddaughter did it. She was involved in certain things, but the more activities you're involved in, whether it's during high school or afterwards, it builds your resume. And then when you present that to a prospective employer or business, when they look in your background, and I discovered this myself too, when they look at your background and say, oh, we can see you've been involved in things. This makes them feel more comfortable hiring you because they know that you've been an active person, even along with the other things that you yourself are doing along with it. You know, you got your regular schedule for school or whatever, but if you can add to your certification, it just takes you a whole lot further. So I'm going to look for that information, but I want you all to look for it too. Community Health Workers Certification Program.
Yes. And I'm going through Wayne State University. They the ones that got the $3 million grants.
Oh.
Wayne State University Community Health Worker Academy. So that might also help. Wayne State University Community Health Worker Academy.
Very nice.
Yeah, so that's how I got introduced. I went to their orientation.
Okay, now what you said, Wayne State Community Workers.
Wayne State University Community Health Worker Academy.
Health Worker Academy.
They're doing the training.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's one of the, because the other programs are doing it too, but this is the one that I stumbled on too.
Mm.
Yeah, because I was going to my dance class.
Right.
I saw it on the elevator and I snapshotted. And I said, ooh, and I had like 3 or 4 days to get myself together for the orientation. So apparently there's other organizations that's doing this too, but I just tapped into this one on a Saturday and I was able to get to the orientation on a Tuesday.
And I see, that's what I was saying in the first part of the program. Your phone can lead you to so many different things. And you know, it's all right. You got Megan Thee Stallion and 21 Savage and all these people. I'm speaking to the young ones in particular. But use it for something that's going to be constructive for your life. I've always emphasized that to my children. Make sure at the end of the day, you can say you did something constructive.
Yeah. Yep, I snapshot that information so fast.
That was
and
good.
Coleman Young Recreation Center is open. They do have a boxing program. I believe you can be 8 years old on up to get into the boxing program there. The pool is nice. They just didn't bring back the hot tub. And they are working on the saunas, I hope. But I did talk to the director about it. And I also told them they need to get Evans Recreation Center. They need to stop mothballing these centers and open them up for our children and our seniors can have a place to go and socialize positive leisure activities.
Yeah, I happen to have a membership. Since you mentioned those centers, I have a membership, and it's free for our seniors too. I believe you have to be 60 years. Maybe 55, but I know 60 for sure. And I'm at the Butzel Adams Recreation Center over on Linden.
You at Adam Butzel?
Yes.
Okay. I use their pool too.
She said, do you remember that one?
Listen, I also told the director, could they please bring back the chess lessons because our children were doing the chess lessons at Coleman Young and they were winning statewide tournaments. So we definitely need that program to be again.
Wow.
It's interesting you say that because my granddaughter was she so many extracurricular activities after school. She kept me busy. I tell you the truth. But she was in the chess club as well, and I went to one of the presentations for something called X Factor, which I'm going to try to get the director of that on. But in the X Factor program, she was one of about 11 students who gave presentations about how the program helped them and what they were moving forward in. And one of the things that one of the young men, matter of fact, 2 of the young men were premier chess players, and they actually had trophies because each one had like a video presentation that went along with their speech. And so they had won on a state level for chess for the school that she goes to, Communication, Media, and Arts. And when the young men spoke, and she said the same thing during her presentation, but in different words, that it gave them the ability, because chess makes you think strategically. So I think what you're saying, Sly Soul, is excellent, because it forces you to think. either that or you lose.
Exactly. And we need to
Absolutely.
keep our children's minds focused and academically, successfully.
And that's the thing. We have to give them things to do so they don't find alternative things to do with peers who may be a little unsavory, because we know that temptation is out there for all things, but tempt them towards something worthwhile. She also played flag football, and she was in a whole lot of stuff. So, like I said, she kept me busy.
I'm excited about the drone program. I just need to get a schedule, so I will be calling the aerospace.
Good.
I will be calling, trying to follow up on that for my grandson, because he already has a drone and he mastered it on his own. So now that means we need to just plug him into the programs where we can, he can make a career,
Mm-hmm.
And one of you can help me on this, because I only heard maybe a bit about it, but from what I understand, they're supposed to be opening the Benjamin Davis Center at the Coleman A. Young International Airport. I'm not sure if it's opened yet if they're about to open it, but they're supposed to be getting a full program there now.
But they wanted to take out the Benjamin Davis School from Golightly and put it back on the city airport too. Right. So that I was glad to hear about that. I know.
And one of our Hood Research members, Keith Hines, has said that there are so many opportunities in the aviation field. We already see right now with all the incidents of airplanes now having issues, particularly in New Jersey, that there's a great demand for air traffic controllers. And there are other things which one day we'll have Keith speak on it. Avionics, which are so many other different areas that you can get into as far as the airline industry is concerned. You don't have to be just a pilot. Mechanics, those who do the control work, the electronics, etc. The opportunities are endless, but you have to have a desire and the willpower to make a move.
Well, our young people think about air traffic controllers. That's something else they train for. And currently, even though Benjamin Davis Aerospace School is not currently there, avionics is taught there. And the drone operation is taught there as also. And so it would give them, the young people, an opportunity to take some of those classes. And also, I think seem to remember Keith saying that young people is from 3 to 17 have a chance to fly.
Oh.
And it's not, I guess, regimented. They have it available there, and if X number of students come, they know that they'll have an opportunity to fly. And
I think about when we were young, we look up at the sky and there's that amazement of looking at planes fly, and then in school we'd make the little paper airplanes to try to fly them.
I remember those days.
Yeah.
So let's take it to the next level. And for you parents, grandparents, uncles, aunts who have grandchildren, nieces, nephews, etc., start steering them in the right direction. As a matter of fact, you build a bridge to them and let that be a bridge that's two-way. They can come to you and you can go to them. Let's not just give them our values, but let's listen to their values and help them form whatever is necessary to become responsible adults.
That's right. Lay out these options. There's so many options for our children to get involved with it. They just need the exposure to make the decision if that's something that they would, want to shine in. Remember, don't forget the Hollywood Golf. Selena's still around.
Oh, yes.
That program. These children, this is a way to get connected and scholarships.
Yes, and that's one of the things that personally myself, I have made it a point when I was in school, particularly high school, to get involved. Well, the thing is I just wanted to do something. So I was taking piano classes at King. I took anything they had, wood shop, metal shop, you name it, I did it because I just like to keep busy. Mm-hmm. And that has carried on even into my retirement. Mm-hmm. But the thing is, there's an old expression that's been around in hip-hop, I guess, since the 80s or so when we had positive rappers. But they say if you don't raise your children, the streets will. We cannot afford to let that happen.
Yeah, really. Yeah. There's so much out there to try and drag them down. And I think that we need to talk with them as much and as often as we can to encourage them and to let them know about the different areas that are available, you know. And you hear often that one child wants to get into sports or one child wants to get into entertainment. And yes, sports and entertainment is there for you to participate in, of course. But look at all of the varieties that are connected. If you play baseball, that is an area that you think of. There are not just baseball players. There are coaches. There are scouts. You know, there are companies that make the uniforms. Companies that make the bats that they have to have. There are personal managers for them.
Trainers.
Right, trainers. So those areas do exist, and they're for our kids too.
And I think another thing that would be admirable is if as adults you yourself become a role model by what you do in your life, and they're inspired. And I say that because my daughter, let's just say she's in her 30s. Women like to be, a little coy about their age. I'm all right with that too. But she's in school now. Her eventual goal is to get a doctorate degree in theology, but she wants to use the training to get into helping people who, because we know that there's a lot of mental illness. Let me put that out there first. There's a tremendous amount of mental illness because there's a lot of stress just trying to function in this society. So I say that to say that my granddaughter sees my daughter going to school and trying to balance work with school, but she, in that same instance, is a role model for my granddaughter to say that, just because I got a job doesn't mean that I'm going to say that this is going to be the end of it. Now, if you get a job that's your career, that's one thing. So let me be clear, and many of you know, there's a difference between a job and a career. A career is something that you desire, whereas a job is something that you do, which you may have to do for your entire life, but you want to be able to sustain yourself. Now we're at a point where the clock is on us.
Oh, it always catches up, I tell you. But we have to pause for the calls. And as I say, refresh your orange juice milk, call somebody. And we will be back momentarily.
And have your pen and paper handy.
It's the These Nuts Show with your host, Butter and friends. Butter here, magician escape artist, practicing for my show tonight. Come on in, have a seat.
Everybody settle. Butter, you're on in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In a few seconds, you gotta be enough to get out of this one. Twist a little turn, ta-da! It's showtime. It's your old friend Butter here. I may be a nut, but I know to wear my mask. Please welcome my first guest tonight, fitness guru, Wally Wallman.
Woody Woodland here to tell you to wash your hands with soap and water for 20 seconds so you will stay healthy and strong like me.
Almond Cruz here, sliding in with the news. Distance is what we must do to stay away from the chew and other germs in the air that might be trying to get on you.
Social distancing is a wonderful way to see friends. As long as you're 6 feet apart, you win.
Hey there, friends. I wouldn't miss this for the world. It's me, Pumpkin Spice, your healthy girl. Remember, it's important to use your kind hearts and follow the signs to stay healthy and safe at all times.
Chica Chiminsky here to say, don't forget the little ones that need you to lead the way. That's how we remember to wash our hands, mask, and social distance today.
Morgan Raisin. Yes, it's me, here to sing about health and safety. We are all here to help get a message out to your grapevine, teaching healthy choices to stay safe all the time.
Don't let these guys drive you nuts. Put your mask on first. They'll let you be. And it keeps me safe from the...
Chew!
That's trying to get on me.
Butter me up. She's right, you know. Thank you, Hallie Cranberry, for joining the show. Let's all be nuts about our health. Social distancing, wash your hands frequently, use hand sanitizer, and wear a mask. Practice what we learned to stay away from the germs. We're all in this together. Coming soon, the many adventures of these nuts in a theater near you.
This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman. I am here to address all of your complaints and concerns. If you need assistance regarding city services, please contact my office at 313-224-6000 or contact us via email at ombudsman@detroitmi.gov. This is Bruce Simpson, your City of Detroit Ombudsman.
Have you ever wanted your own TV show? Have you dreamed of showcasing your talent for the world to see? Well, now you can. Have your own TV show. You can have your own 30-minute show. Not only will you be seen in the Detroit area, but you can be viewed worldwide. For more information, call 313-868-6612. Visit our studios and receive a free TV interview to promote your business, church, or organization by appointment only.
I'm tired of seeing young black men shooting at each other in this community, in this nation. I don't understand it. I grew up in a time when people wore white robes and they shot at black people. And now we see young black men wearing black hoodies shooting at black men and doing a much more effective job than the Klan ever thought about doing. I'm sick of it. Of course, the only thing I can do is shout it from here. No one seems to listen.
We're listening. You're watching Detroit's own WHPR TV. Detroit Live. It's up to us to make a difference.
WGPR Detroit HD2.
You're watching WHPS, Highland Park, Detroit.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinga,
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
a positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.
Community healthcare workers.
Oh, okay. And we are back. We have our poet in-house poet with us this morning. And she wanted to give us some information about community healthcare workers. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
The requirements is age 18, at least 18 years of age, high school diploma, GED, complete a community health worker certification program, sanctioned by the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services.
Okay.
Earn a minimum of 6 hours of continuing education each year. So you do that each year.
Okay.
And then what was the other thing? What kind of work do community health workers perform? You're building relationships with your community members. You conduct life, health, and social determinants of health. What's that? I can't even see it. Assessments. Provide health education, health coaching, conduct community assessment to identify available health-related social services, food access, transportation, housing assistance, health care options, health insurance, employment, provide health-related social service referrals, provide follow-up support services. So that's just some of the things that, you can do.
Now, is there a number for people to call to see how to?
No, I just went to Wayne State University Community Health Worker Academy.
Okay.
Yeah, they could probably just
All
Google
right.
it.
Community Health Worker Academy at Wayne State University, right?
It's Wayne State University Community Health Worker Academy.
Community Health Workers Academy. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that should help a potential student to get to them. Yeah, that way. Oh, well, thank you for. Oh, definitely, thank you for that.
Right. And don't forget, they paying $20 to $50 an hour.
Oh, okay.
And you can work part-time or you can volunteer, so you have a choice. Yeah. You have an option if you can select it.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. And in the times that we have now, where the president is canceling departments that provide opportunities for our people in the community, that's good information. So I'm glad that you shared that with us this morning.
Yeah, because they already have the government money. They already got the grant, about $3 million. So that's why they want people to apply.
Right, definitely.
And one of the things I think that's important about this too, when I've looked at other funding that the government, particularly the federal government, gives to state or local organizations, is that if that money is not used, a lot of times the federal government won't offer it again because they say there's not enough interest in it. So the money may go back to the government. So I think it's very critical for everyone to, again, you don't have to necessarily need this personally for yourself. You may be retired or have employment on some other level, but there's somebody in your circle, whether it's church, whether it's school, on the job, neighborhood youth, whatever it may be, who need this information. So always look at it as, okay, this won't do me any good, but this might do somebody I know some good. If you have social media, whether it's Facebook, Snapchat, they get all these things. I can't really even keep up with them anymore. But you can post it on your particular page, because I do that all the time. I'm already got too many irons in the fire, but I don't mind putting some information on there that can help someone else. So even if you can't use this information, there's somebody you know who can, because I just want to say that, don't deny yourself. Some people, a relative, I have to say this quickly because I brought this up in the first segment of the show. One relative I had who had an opportunity, all they had to do is just, from what I understand, just push some buttons. They really didn't have anything to do but other, maybe, I don't know what the job was, but it was $15 an hour. And that family member said, I'm not going to work for $15 an hour. But that family member is also willing to ask their parent, and even though they're an adult themselves, ask the parent, hey, can I get a few dollars? So any employment beats none, because, again, you're looking at what you're doing as a job. And then that job can lead to a career in something else. Even if it's a job, many times in jobs, there are opportunities to move up. You don't always have to be dipping the fries at McDonald's.
Right.
You can move into a managerial position, and from there you can look at becoming a regional manager or something on that level.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to, as Steele was saying earlier, I think it made excellent sense that maybe you're not able to get out there on the field and play soccer or football or whatever, but there are so many different other occupations even within that discipline that you can take advantage of, so you can still be a part of something you want to be a part of, but you just can't maybe function at the level where you can be a star athlete or whatever it is. But it doesn't mean, because I've known many guys who are professional football players who, after they retired, they went back maybe to the college or to the high school, and they continue because they love the game so much. They continue to teach. Deion Sanders, who was an NFL superstar basically, went back. He's at Colorado State teaching. Now he made enough money where he could just say, I'm going to sit chill. But his love for the game made him say, I still want to be a part of this.
That's an excellent example. Excellent example. Yeah, that he would go back and teach. He doesn't have to if he doesn't want to. Yeah, but to just be around as a role model for the students. That's wonderful.
Ma was saying, if you want to be nothing, do nothing.
Right. The only problem is you never know when you finish.
Okay, is that something? Information. For more information, capital CHWA, and then you do.
What's CHW? What?
For
health,
more information,
the community health worker.
Put more information. Put in capital CHWA, and then the small words is CADEMY, which is spelled Academy at wayne.edu.
Okay, now I didn't have my pen and paper handy. I got it handy now, so if you can give that to me one more time, I'll roll with it.
With the capital letters, go CHWA.
It's Community Health Workers something.
Academy.
Academy.
CADEMY would finish the word academy. You do that in lower cases.
Okay.
And then it's at wayne.edu for more information. So that's CHWA, CADEMY. Now the only capital letters will be the CHWA, but the rest of the word, which is academy,
lowercase.
.ed is small lowercase.
Okay, and I'm going to make it a point, if those of you who weren't like me prepared with pen and paper, before the end of the show, I'll make sure I give that to you again, because it's an opportunity. And it's something beautiful, I have to say, just from my own background. It's something beautiful about being part of an academic community. It's just a beautiful thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because some people, with that mindset, and they like to help and share with others. This is a perfect, you're not really working because you're doing something that you like. And you can go entrepreneur, you can, expand off of this and do your own business with this. So that was another option that they shared with us. You can become your own, business.
Oh, yes. Good point. Right.
Yeah, that's why now I don't have the information this time. I'll have it the next time I'm on the show, because there's a lot of encouragement to get young people, male and female, into the skilled trades. And I'm a retired skilled trades person, so I can speak, from my own experience. But once I went through my apprenticeship, what happened is I know some guys, although the union frowned on it, some guys, after they got their journeyman's license, they went on to work in factories, which they were making over $100,000 a year. Let me just put it like that. 6 figures is nice in this kind of a world that we're in now. A 6-figure income is nice. So some of them went on to work in factories. Those like myself, I stayed in the trades. The one thing I liked about it was that I went from project to project. So I've worked in steel mills. I worked at the Army base out there in Warren. I worked at schools. hospitals, the Millender Center, the Renaissance Center. I was all over the place because I just like the variety of experience that came with it. But
auto show.
Yeah, auto show. Yeah, that was one of my favorites right there. Big money too. Get a free view of the cars. But another thing I'd add to that is that when you get in skilled trades, just like what we're saying with this Community Health Workers Academy, is that you can branch off and do your own thing. So some guys in the trade, again, went to the auto plants or other, institutions that needed electricians, and some started their own businesses, because once you qualify and are certified, you can say, well, let me go ahead and make a living for myself, because you have the certifications for it. So the only thing you have to do is just, set that alarm clock, get up in the morning, and, hit the streets and take care of your business. So don't let opportunities, because other people will get those opportunities. So the next time I'm on, I'm going to have that information, because there's just like with the let's say the airline industry, there's a gross shortage of skilled tradesperson. So they're trying to train young men and women. And I know that even at some of the vocational tech centers for Detroit Public Schools, they have preparatory classes, I'll put it that way, that help you get the basics for getting into the skilled trade. So don't let opportunity pass you and you just kind of wallow, not knowing which way you want to go. You don't want to be like a ship without a rudder or a sail. You don't know which way the wave's going to take you. And again, if you don't find a direction, you can become shipwrecked just like any ship. You just don't want that.
Right.
Also, with the certifications, they're transferable. So there's, like he mentioned, about 4 other states where if we moved on, we can carry it with us.
So if you move to the other state, you are still certified. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, he gave us about 3 or 4 states. I can't remember right now. But they are transferable, which means if you want to relocate, you got your certification to relocate with.
That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. As I sit here trying to think about some of the other schools, the Breithoff, if I'm pronouncing it right, Breithoff has light auto repair that they teach there, and they have culinary arts that they teach there as well. And it was interesting because one afternoon, some friends and I went to a restaurant, and one of the students from Breithoff was working in the restaurant. And I said, she seems so familiar, So we asked her, did you by any chance attend Breithoff? She had this big smile on her face. Yes, I did. She was so excited that somebody recognized her. I said, I remember the good job you did, But for the students to go through the classes and then have an opportunity to use the information that they learn, the skills that they learn, And as far as the light auto repair they do, someone was sharing with me that you can call the school and let them know what you need done. They let you know what they're able to do and to find out if you can make an appointment to come. The sad part about what goes on with the skilled trades at the schools, the community doesn't get to hear, what's happening. Because Go Lightly has a culinary arts program as well. And monthly, they have a luncheon, and you can go and get the experience and provide the experience for the students, because they get to serve. They have a buffet style, and they have to learn how to decorate the tables. They have to learn how to use the food in a manner that is very tasty. It looks tasty as well. They have one table for the salads, and then they have another table for the desserts. And it's a nice experience. A lot of times they'll have music in the background, and the students get a chance to learn what it's about to be a waiter or waitress. They learn how to prepare food. They learn how to store the food. And of course, with the idea that they may one day own a restaurant, they get excited getting the experience in the high school.
And let me emphasize, okay, one thing, just a side note, I did work as an outside contractor with Bright Hop, so I actually got a chance to see the students who were, they were walking down the halls, they had their trays in their hand, had a pitcher in it, it had a 4 glasses or something like that, and they had to walk up and down the halls to learn how to be able to walk, you know, so that way when they were in a actual setting. But one of the things Theo said about the, and I want to make emphasis on that, about the auto repair, and they also did body work. A neighbor of mine, this is back in the day, but he attended Bright Hop. AI cannot replace everything, okay? So therefore, you're always going to need mechanics. You're always going to need certain people that, you know, the computer just can't do for you. These are trades that are lucrative because everyone can't buy a new car. So if you got something where a guy can check this system or that system, or maybe, you know, you had a little slight fender bender and they can come and fix it, it just ends up going a long way. Now, we want you to stay there, Sly. So I got another caller we're going to bring into the conversation if I can get this thing right here. Hello, caller. You're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? Hello, caller. You're on the air. Okay, don't listen to your phone. There's a delay, so just speak.
X, did you hit X?
Yeah. Okay, you're on the air, caller. Okay, not sure really how we got that. I have Sylvia locked in, so I know that we're supposed to be able to have that other caller. One number I want to share real quickly with you all also is the number for the Library Commission, because a lot of times we don't take advantage of the library, which is an excellent resource for information. And you have a library staff that can guide you if you're kind of unfamiliar. Now, I still have my library card because I'm not playing. I take advantage of any and every opportunity I can. But the phone number, if you have your pen and paper handy, is area code 313-833-1000. Again, that's area code 313-833-1000. If you have a library, a local library in your area, I generally go to the one on Grand River, the Redford Library, which is where I met Theo Broughton, by the way. Go to your local library. They can help you prepare resumes. There's so many things that they can do for you that you, and it's free.
Yes. Yes. A lot of information about
the films where you can pick up movies.
What?
I think they do that at the main library because I've gotten albums as well as DVDs from the main library. And I think at some of the local branches, you can do the same thing also. You can get different media material, whether it's DVDs. I doubt if they have VHS now because we kind of, but so DVDs is the new thing. But there's so many different media resources you can get. And again, the staff is there, very, very helpful. If you don't know your way, they can help you find your way. And another thing I'll say quickly, especially at the Redford branch, that's the one that's closest to me. They also have books that you can either buy that they no longer are putting out there, for the general public, because I bought books from there. And in the case of the Redford Library, they have some where you can actually get free books. And I think I got one by Hill Harper. Many of you know him as an actor, and he's also an activist, and he was running for a political position maybe within the last couple of years. So I'm just saying that there's so many avenues that we can take, and we're providing this information for you. Hopefully you'll be able to take advantage of it yourself.
Yes.
Then they got the tip information.
Oh, yes.
The main library, and they have jazz
right
for about a month every year at the main library.
Is that number for a tip is 833-4000. You know, it's a 313 area code, 833-4000.
Didn't TIP stand for the information place, I believe?
Yeah, now that you mentioned that, I did hear somebody say that. Right. If you have a question and you don't have Alexa near you, or you don't have Google near you, call the library, 833-4000. They were there first.
Definitely.
Uh-huh.
Sylvia, what we're going to do is, unless you have something else you want to share, I'm going to see if I can get this other caller in here.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you for
You're
calling the
welcome.
information.
All right.
Okay, let me see how to. Hello, caller, you're on the air. Would you share your name and how you're viewing us, please? We're down to our last 5 minutes of the show. Hello, caller. Okay. Well, one more thing. Hello, I heard your voice.
Yeah.
Hi, this is Tawana.
Hey.
Hey.
Happy Monday.
I'd like to call and deal. You're wearing the right colors. Orange. Orange is for stop the violence and the gun violence.
Mm-hmm.
I represent Brady, which is a nonviolent group, and we're advocating around the United States. And I think we need this. I was happy to see over the weekend the Pride group, as well as on Friday, they dedicated the statue, the spirit statue, for the month of June.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wear something on.
Orange is representing Stop the Violence. Is there a phone number where people can call to get additional information about various programs? Because we're down to the last, 3 or 4 minutes of the program. Is there a contact number, a person?
Yes, they can call 313-208-8323, and I'm connected with Millie Hall. Millie Hall is the president over the state of Michigan for Brady. We're with moms of murdered children and a whole bunch of plethora. I'll be happy to give the information to anybody who wants it and the connection.
Okay. Now that's area code 313-208-8323.
And if I'm not available, just leave a message and I will definitely get back.
All right. Thank you so much for that. Well, we have had a very packed morning with information, and we're glad to share information that we receive that will help those who are looking for various outlets, issues, jobs, etc. And at the end of the program, I like to say it's not necessary for you to know everything. What is necessary is for you to know how to find what you need when you need it. We at Hood Research seek out as much information as we can to share with you, and we encourage you to call in and share with us. We also have a conference call every Saturday from 3 p.m. until 6, where we do the same. We share information and encourage others to call and share with us. We have guests, a variety of guests, I must say, who come on with us. And we have a email, which is contact@hoodresearch.org. That's contact@hoodresearch.org. Telephone number for Hood Research is area code 248-234-2371. Again, area code 248-234-2371. The telephone number for the conference call is on that line. So if you call 234-2371, you will be able to get the number. We're on every Saturday from 3 p.m. to 6. The VD.
And as I always say at the end of every show, and I said it during the show, if you want to be nothing, do nothing. But the only problem with doing nothing is you never know when you're finished.
All right. Tune in again next Monday, 9 a.m. Peace.
Feedback. Hi, this is Theo Broughton,
And I am Thabiti Mpinda.
inviting you to join us each Monday at 9 a.m. for feedback.
A positive image production by Hood Research.
Encourage others to tune in each Monday on
Comcast Detroit, Roku, Amazon Fire TV. Watch WHPR TV Network anywhere.
and take us along with you. Feedback.